kind of a game are you expecting from the Wolves tonight, considering
Yeah, well, I think they're going to be desperate. We're going to have to match that level of desperation, and they're going to have a sense of urgency to their game like we saw in the final 40 minutes of game 2. So we're going to have to match that. I think the start here for us tonight is going to be critical, and we know they're going to be desperate hockey clubs, so we're going to have to match that.
Who are their danger guys?
Well, we know O'Coin, we know Cracknell, Jaskin. Those are 3 dominant players in the American Hockey League. You look at Joe Corvo on the back end, and Jake Allen, who I know very well from Team Canada. So they've got a lot of good pieces. They've got a lot of good veteran presence on their hockey club. So we're going to have to play a smart game tonight.
But you got to feel good about what you've done so far.
Yeah, well, we've put ourselves in a good position, but now you want to try to take advantage of it being at home. And we've played well on the road this year. We've played well on the road in the playoffs, but now you want to take advantage of your home games.
Do you spend any time putting yourself in their position and what they might do in order to change up what they've been doing unsuccessfully so far?
You do. I think that's part of coaching. You try to put yourselves in the opposition's coach's shoes, and what's he going to be looking to do, and obviously discipline's probably going to be something John's talking about because our power play's been pretty good. So we expect there'll be discipline here tonight, and we're going to have to be the same way.
Certainly, he's got to reaffirm their message that the cycling just will work at some point. It just hasn't yet.
No, and we've done a good job keeping them outside the dots. They've had good time of possession, but I think the challenge for them now is going to be trying to get more pucks to Drew, and we're going to have to be aware of that tonight. So, we play a certain style in our end. We're going to have to get to pucks and get to bodies quickly, try to take away their time, take away their space, and be physical on them, because if we do give them that time, as we've seen, they're going to spend a lot of time on our end.
They only got 1 knock on Drew over the course of the last game. Selleck, I think it was, who came in and knocked him over, but they haven't, besides that, really got in on him.
No, a little different, I think, than Milwaukee. In Milwaukee, he was very physical in the blue paint at both ends of the ice. This team is more with speed, more on transition, more try to beat you one-on-one. So it's just a different dynamic, but thankfully we've been able to adjust.
Is there a thought to stopping all that up before it even starts to happen sometime in the neutral zone?
Well, I think we've done a nice job not giving up 3-on-2s and 2-on-1s. I think we've been responsible, and we're going to have to play the same way. But their individual skill at some point, Todd's going to be, going to be exhibited, and it has been. When you look at O'Coin and, as I said, Jaskin, Cracknell, those are very good players, and they're going to find ways to create offense. We just have to limit those chances.
Just want to ask you one question. Spotter, the strong starts, so much is made of that.
Yeah.
In any series, in any league. Is it a bit of a contagious thing? I mean, you guys have really been able to...
Yeah, we've been good. I think a lot of that starts with our leadership group. When I leave the room, certain things are being said at the right times, and I really believe that's because of Trevor and our leadership group that the team's ready to go, and we put the plan in place, but they've got to execute it, and they've done a good job so far.
How do you get the second and third, though, to stay like the first?
Again, that's an experience, and that has to come. We've been good when defending leads, but you want to try to keep the gas down. But it's no different at this level than any other level. When you got a team that's up a couple of goals, it's a natural tendency maybe to take a step back. The other team's going to keep pushing, so we've got to find that extra gear and keep pushing if we do get the opportunity to get a lead again.
You said before the series you were going to tell me what you guys were going to do to beat Allen, but you've done it in the first 2 games.
Yeah.
Has it been what you guys kind of drew up when we're going to do it?
Yeah, Piero did a really good presentation on Jake, our goaltending coach, Piero Greco. But you know what, he's a world-class goaltender. He's going to be an NHL starting goalie, and you've got to try to take advantage of some of the breaks when you get them. But watching those games in Chicago, we had 2 or 3 breakaways. Kenny Ryan's had a couple, Jerry D'Amigo's had a couple where he's kept that team in, or it could have been 5 or 6-0 at one point, and he's kept those teams, those games alive.
Is the traffic been what you guys wanted for a minute?
Yeah.
That was a big thing. So.
Yeah, we have to play that way. When you look, we're a heavy team, probably one of the heaviest teams in this league, and that's a staple of our game. We want to be in the blue paint as much as possible and take away his eyes. If we take away his eyes, it's going to be hard for him to see pucks.